Hi everyone, this is Alan Rosinski of Metro Manhattan Office Space. I've read reports in the last few days that hotels are really getting hammered, and what they're doing with their vacancies is they are renting them as co-working space. So let's say you live 5 minutes from a hotel and you want to just rent a room, get some peace and quiet. You go to your local hotel, you pay them $80-90, and that's it. Very easy co-working space. You have total privacy, total social distancing, dedicated Wi-Fi connection, mini bar, and a television. You can even use the hotel's gym. Makes a lot of sense. I could see how this would be a very, very appealing alternative to going to a co-working space where you're going to be surrounded by people, and you may have a hotel just a couple of blocks away from you. Now, New York City has about 700 hotels, and they have been hammered in the last 3 or 4 months. The vacancy rates have been hovering around 15 to 20% because the hospitality industry depends on international travel, tourism, business travel, and that is just not occurring now. So if they can lease some of their inventory for $80, $100 a day, this could help them considerably. Now, what I find striking is how the use of commercial space and residential space has evolved in the last 10 or 15 years. Nobody would have imagined the prevalence of co-working space, of companies like WeWork, which didn't even exist 15 years ago. Now you look at most office buildings in New York City, and the majority of them have 1 or 2 floors or part of their space leased by a co-working facility. Some of them will have half their building leased by companies like Regus and WeWork. And that is a big, big change. Now, 10 years ago, who would have imagined Airbnb? Now you have many people who own their homes and apartments, leasing those homes and apartments to strangers as hotel rooms. It's a real change in the use for these properties. And now in the mix, you have hotels which are repositioning themselves to compete with the co-working industry. I mean, who knows what's next? I happen to think that retail space, as the rents drop with these stores, is going to become competitive with office space. And there's going to be many office tenants who are not going to want to deal with the hassle of an elevator, and provided the premium is not excessive, are going to be willing to lease ground floor space formerly occupied by stores. I mean, you already have a fair amount of medical space on the ground floor. You may have more. You may have more showrooms. You may have a slew of tenants where the visibility they would gain from being on a ground floor space would have value to them. So that's going to be a change in the future. Feel free to tweet me any questions you may have. My Twitter handle is at Metro Manhattan, and of course, you're always welcome to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Until the next time, take care now.